Okay, I'm going to kick it off with a welcome.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast. Sorry about last week. We're back though. And
that was yesterday
It was
us.
yesterday. It was a day of yore. We're back. I'm feeling like kind of cranked up.
You feel cranked?
I'm cranking, yeah.
I'm trying to crank with my I've been experimenting with Celsius. I had one last week / yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Depending on
who you are and how you look at it. And now I'm trying this one. This will ruin my chances at like working with him ever, but I don't think I care. I found the one yesterday to be pretty disgusting. Is that fine to say? The way it tastes? Excuse me?
Tastes?
You don't feel that way.
I don't. I like
fine.
them all.
I just don't like the taste, and that's fine. And this one today I find to be pretty gross as well. But I'm going to keep drinking it.
See, like, I love mine.
That's like I
love my green apple
the same
cherry.
Way I don't like soda.
Well, these are sparkling, and you just don't like sparkling.
But it's underneath the sparkles. I don't care for the base.
You don't like the character, the makeup of the cells.
The bones are not good.
It's weird for me to take that personally, and like I have no skin in the game, but like I do.
No,
I
know yucking someone's yum can feel personal, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna drink it. It's interesting. Usually, if I have like 2 cups of coffee, I can't nap during the day. But yesterday / last week, I had a coffee and a Celsius, and I conked for about 2 to 3.
Yeah,
so maybe it didn't even work.
Well, no, you also said that with Adderall. See, like you're having adverse effects to like stimulants.
That's true.
Which is cray. Girl, you can't take this. You can't take this bitch anywhere.
No,
she
you
is
can't.
Napping.
So tired.
She's conked out. Now let's talk about it.
Okay.
The question on everyone's lips.
My stilettos.
Yeah.
I'm wearing stilettos today.
If you're not watching visually, I encourage you to open your eyes. Brooke did stomp in here in her stilettos.
I can't walk in them, but I love them.
And every head turned. They said,
I know.
Who's that girl?
I love them. I can't walk in them, but I did just get my package of new shoes. So it was like, oh, I have to wear them.
Gotta break them in. Are you going on a vacation or something?
No, I just can't stop online shopping.
Right.
Well, I'm going to Philly / New York, and I actually feel a lot more fashionable on the East Coast, and I feel like I have to prepare as such.
That's normal.
Okay. Because, here it's just like I will throw on athletic shorts and an athletic top and call it a day.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't feel that way in NYC.
In York. Yeah, Yorktown. I don't either. But it feels Yorktown. Like a lot. I feel like you have
What do you know about the Battle of Yorktown?
Oh, God. Where do I begin? I don't even want to start there because I get fired up when we talk about the Battle of Yorktown.
Yeah.
In New York, I Millie Rock, first of all. But second of all, I feel like it's a lot less pressure to put like curate outfits. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to throw this together and like it looks like shit to me. But like other people outside are like, oh, this is cool that you chose to piece this camouflage piece with these striped pants.
Well, what have I said about patterns?
You can pattern clash.
Yeah. You saw my office yesterday. I still have to do the big office reveal.
It looks good.
I've been waiting to hang this light up, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. So,
task rabbit.
I know. It's harder than it looks to like schedule time for someone to come in your home. Because it's like, I don't know if I'm going to want someone in my house tomorrow at 3 p.m.
I scheduled one for 2 weeks away because I wasn't home.
I can't do like
to mount my TV.
It's just really tough and so awkward. Not something I want to schedule.
I was going to mount my TV, but it's into brick. And so I just really trust, I do trust like a grown man to do that.
You have real brick?
It's painted over white, of course. They plastered over it. You can't even see it, but
so
I knocked on it and it's like, it's a solid piece.
Yeah.
Unless it's a boulder. Unless my house is made out of a boulder.
But can you see the outline of the rectangle?
Oh, no, they plastered over it. It's like flat. It could just be brick. Or like cinder block.
Probably cinder.
I'm going to tell people it's brick. I have brick in my kitchen.
I did too.
I died once.
It doesn't mean it's not brick if it's wallpaper.
I lost something once. It's brick in the eye of the beholder, the brick holder.
Yeah.
So I was walking today. I'm staying in a hotel right now as I'm in town visiting. The weather's really glorious. I was telling everyone
glorious outside today.
when I came in today, I go, why'd I move to New York? Why'd I leave this town?
You'll come back.
Hey, please don't go.
They always come back.
Yeah, they do come crawling back, but no, it's also gorgeous in New York, and it's like the vibes are very high. But I was walking today, and I was walking past this park, and when I first moved to LA, I obviously got online and I'm reading all of these scary stories about LA and about where I live.
Yeah.
And there's a park that I guess cost the city of Santa Monica $30 million or something to build.
With the stabber? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll shut up.
Tongva Park is a park that costs like $30 million to make. And I immediately start reading about this guy that hangs out in Tongva Park, and they call him the Tongva Slasher.
See, I was off.
So the slasher would go around and slash people with his machete. And then the way Santa Monica works is you go to jail after slashing for about a day. And then you are released back into the wild to begin your slashing again. And so the Tongva Slasher would go back to his old stomping grounds, Tongva Park. And so I was so scared. And today I said, you know what? I'm going in the damn park. I'm taking the dog. I'm going in. Tongva Slasher and all come at. There was no slasher. The slasher could have been my own insecurities holding me back this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The slasher was inside of me.
But that slasher was real.
Slasher was real, and someone died.
So you know.
Slasher was actually outside of me and at Tongva Park.
Right. But that was years and years ago.
He's gone, or he's just subdued and he grew out of it.
You know, that happens.
Growth.
With serial killers.
They grow out of it?
No, they don't grow out of it, but they are like, remission is not the right word. It's like, they're dormant until triggered again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You couldn't
So
kill.
he's probably in a dormant period.
He's in a dormant state.
Although he doesn't seem like a serial killer.
He just likes slashing.
Yeah.
It's just a surface wound.
Serial slasher.
He's a serial slasher. He did kill someone, though, so he killed.
So a killer.
He's a singular killer.
He's a killer.
I wouldn't say serial.
A killer and a serial slasher.
Let's not jump the gun. Let's not jump the machete here. He's a singular killer.
But a serial slasher.
He's a serial slasher, but a singular killer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a multi-hyphenate.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a multi-hyphenate. He's a young... Okay, I gotta stop talking about a slasher as a young professional. But, so it was gorgeous today, and I was walking around, and... Sorry, the table provides a perfect structure to
Where's
itch.
your foot scratcher?
Oh, it's under my thing, but it kind of vibrates my feet and so much that it makes my shins itch.
Like the pool jet?
Like the
No
pool
one's talking about how the pool jet makes you itch in that way,
And
in a painful way.
It like jiggles.
Do you get a bruise? I get like burst blood vessels from the pool jet.
No, I'm jealous though. Mine have no pressure.
I'm not saying
I
all
don't have a pool. I don't know what.
No,
the
just
ones,
like a hot tub.
The ones
sorry.
I've experienced.
Yeah.
Haven't had the pressure to make a bruise on my person.
Oh, I get like really gross, like something.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yet again.
And then very itchy. I also get very itchy when I go on walks, my thighs from exertion.
Can I diagnose yet again?
Yeah.
You're falling asleep on stimulants and you're bruising easily. You're iron deficient.
I'm not. I've gotten my iron tested many times.
Eat this penny.
I don't bruise easily. I just get a weird bruise from hot tub jets. I do not bruise easily. Do not get it twisted.
You are crazy.
Yeah.
I'm craving right now. Lake people rise up. Okay. I woke up this morning with, I don't even know just this like primal need to smell gasoline going into a boat on a lake.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
Wow. I wanted to get high off my own supply. Give me that, spill a little bit on my foot, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to take it with me. Put a little bit on my wrist and put on like here and here.
I don't think I've ever been out in a boat on a lake. I've been out in like a bay, which I adore.
But a bay that
Or,
leads to the ocean?
Yeah.
I need to go to either the South or the Midwest, Michigan is what I'm craving. I need to go on someone's boat, and it's this thing. We're in Texas, like the parents finally like we got our boating licenses, and they'd be like, "All right, you can take the boat," and we'd be like, "All right, let's all meet." You know, it was the time like no one's drinking or anything, and it was just like crazy. They were like taking the boat out.
Have we spoken about the Blob?
The Blob. If we have, it's left my frontal. So
the only time I really like have experienced the lake is at overnight camp, and we had something called the Blob in the middle of the lake, which was kind of just like a massive like blow up structure.
Yeah.
Where it kind of looked like an L, and you would climb to the top. You would jump onto it and then sit at the very end, and
people
then
know what the Blob is.
Someone would jump on top of it, and you'd go flying.
The Blob is famous.
Yeah. Okay, so we had a Blob.
We had a Blob.
You had a Blob?
Yeah.
I was always requested to be the one
on the back
that jumps so you go flying because I was bigger than you. I was bigger,
tall.
but I was bigger back then.
No, shut up.
I'm not.
I like how you typed in the Blob and there's just like a genuine like blob of, I guess it's a jellyfish.
Algae.
What are the jelly blobs in a right dock?
I don't know.
We're talking about the fun blow up blobs.
Yeah, but I never really flew that high. I would like to go on the Blob now.
Okay, I would kill to go on the Blob. So we went back to my camp that I went to for 10 years. And it was for a wedding, and so my parents came. It was really cool to be like, I'm at this camp, I'm on these grounds, and I'm not, it's no other kids are here. It's VIP, and I'm here, and my parents are here, and I'm showing them like because they would drop you off and they would leave.
Yeah,
they never got to see the grounds.
You didn't have visiting day?
No,
I guess you were there for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Some of my friends did 4 weeks, and you still wouldn't have visiting day.
Yeah. We had visiting day after 4 and before the next 4.
I'm putting a pen in something I'm thinking of. So my mom got on the Blob, and it was her first time on the Blob. And she's
you had a Blob at camp?
We had 7 blobs. Can you type in Camp Ozark Blob?
There's no way you had 7 blobs.
Yeah, look at up top right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there was 2 on the other side. Yeah, we had 7 blobs. Did you not have to
swim out like miles to get to your Blob?
No, you walk along the dock and you jump off.
Literally going to the Blob was like a pilgrimage.
Oh, we didn't have to journey to the Blob.
We had to journey via swimming.
Oh, no, heck no.
Miles.
No, what was so cool about this was in a valley. So this is a river that they would like dam off in certain parts.
Whoa.
And so it's a valley. And so on both sides are just like trees. And in the back there's the trapeze. It was like a trapeze thing you hold on to, and then you go out and you can do a backflip or whatever, and you land in the water. Water was always freezing cold.
Lake's scarier to me than the ocean.
What? Hang on. I want to tell this story about my mom. So my mom is on the back. It's her first time on the Blob. My dad jumps off to blob her. She has like stupidly like put her ankles like, I have to demonstrate. She like did this. Instead of sitting, you do your knees. She like put her ankles like crouched her ankles under her person.
Okay.
So when he jumped, her ankles like went in. And so obviously she's on crutches for the rest of the weekend at camp. Such a bummer, but
horrible.
I think she's just very tense.
Yeah.
So
you know what she needs?
A Klonopin.
No.
What?
What's the name of it?
I don't know.
Cornbread Hemp.
Oh my God, I'm gonna bring some home for her. So that ruined the weekend, and that ruined the Blob for my mom, which is a dang shame.
Damn, that's a shame to have the Blob ruined for you.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of Blob related, like severe
injuries. I mean, we would sit on the side and we'd be like, as you got older, it was like, of course it's fun to do the Blob, but it's also fun to hang on the side and be like, let the kids do the Blob. I'm 16, being like, come on, like let the kid. Mm-hmm. And we'd sit and I would watch kids go just bing buck, big buck, boom, buck, bang. They're flying off. And it was a judgment call for the lifeguards that are like allowing them to go and like spraying the hose and like keeping it cool on the thing. And so it was a judgment call for them, but they're 19, like they're like 19. I want to see a big kid launch a little kid, a little twerp off into the strato. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Like, let's have some fun with it. It's my summer too.
Maybe in the bonus we could look up like highest Blob like projections.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my God. I bet people go, I want a blob.
Yeah. I want to go blobbing now.
I want to go blobbing now.
Yeah.
It's my money. I want to blob now.
Yeah, you can.
Blobnow.org.
Yeah.
Blobnow.gov. Anyways.
Anyway.
I thought you were going to say my mom needs a massage. And I was going to tell you.
Fuck, what the hell is it?
Whoa.
Sorry.
Bro. Jesus. Act like a lady, I beg.
Celsius. My word, Connor. Ladies can curse.
I don't know. I don't know that to be.
Cornbread hemp. That's what I was trying to say.
Cornbread hemp. Of course, it goes without saying.
Thank you.
CBH, CBD.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Cornbread Hemp. Life's been a little crazy lately, and one thing that helps me unwind, Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies. CBD gummies actually really help me, Connor.
Yeah.
Because they're made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, poor sleep, or just needing a moment to unwind.
Yeah, I heart Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies. They're made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, discomfort, or needing a little relaxation. They only use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. Formulated to help relieve discomfort, stress, and sleeplessness, our products are third-party lab tested and USD organic to ensure safety and purity.
Right now, Brooke and Connor listeners can save 30% on their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/BNC and use code BNC at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/BNC and use code BNC. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Cashapp.
Okay, do you think... No, you're really on it with paying people back.
Yeah.
I'm more on it now.
Yeah, you have been on it recently.
Yeah, just like I get the request, I pay it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the more you pay it off, you're not gonna do it. I learned, listen to this. I learned in college, we had a friend who would use, I figured this out halfway through being friends with them. I'm still friends with them. That they were paying with their parents' credit card and then they would have us pay them back.
It's a full-time job.
And it would go into their account.
Yeah, that's so frustrating.
Well,
and to all.
And to all, and peace be with you. Cashapp is a safe, easy, and fast way to send, receive, and transfer money to family and friends. The instant setup makes it easy to get started. I just had someone the other day, someone that was at a comedy club. I said, download Cashapp. It's really easy. They downloaded it. It was really easy. Just enter your phone number or email and some other basic info. No bank account needed. And you don't have to wait around for days. It's your money. You shouldn't have to wait.
So true. Cashapp has your back. If you're about to send money to a sketchy account, a scam warning pops up. And it's just like easy for me to really relax, like untense my shoulders, kick my feet up when I know that Cashapp has my back. It's safe, it's fast, and it just makes life way less stressful.
Yeah. For a limited time only, new Cashapp users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real. There's no catch. Just download Cashapp and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code BandC10. That's BANDC 10 in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10. Drops right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cashapp. I was going to say she could probably use a massage, which I got her like an insane spa package for Mother's Day.
That's very nice.
I don't think she'll ever use it. I'm literally going to have to like make her go.
Driver.
I'm going to have to go to Texas to go drive my mom to her spa day.
Probably.
Then I'm doing the spa day too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I was going to tell you the story that my friend just told me last night about she went in to get him, or I don't know if it was her or her dad. I think her dad went in to get a massage, and the masseuse came in with one hand, and the other hand was there. And the only reason that's important to know is because he was wondering like if they would just use one hand or if they would use the other like arm as well. They used the other arm and they said it was the best massage. Like they put, like it was more of a like, kind of like a pile drive to like a pressure point, which is so incredible.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense to me.
That masseuse should open up their own practice, White Lotus style, and be like, I have a very specific, unique set of skills that like you're not going to find anywhere else.
That makes sense to me, truly.
Me too.
More like pointed pressure.
Pointed pressure.
Targeted.
I mean, they make Theraguns.
Right.
That are just that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Color me intrigued
Yeah.
and color me needing details.
Yeah.
Because post blob, I'm gonna need a very poignant massage.
Yeah.
And you don't like lakes. I love lake.
No, I did not say I don't like lakes.
You said you're more scared.
I
of
am
lakes.
because in the ocean, you know what's in there. You know, we're familiar with ocean creatures.
I don't know if we are so familiar with ocean
Enough.
creatures. They keep finding new
Like
ones.
we might not be familiar with what's in the Mariana Trench, but I am not going swimming in the Mariana.
Do you know my first memories at the Mariana Trench?
You have not been to the Mariana Trench.
I have been to the
Where
Mariana
is
Trench.
it?
Want me to call my dad?
I believe you. Where is the Mariana Trench?
It's off of Guam.
Oh yeah, I do believe you.
That's where I lived.
So you just go like take a boat out?
You take a boat, but how scary. And it's a
Ooh.
we took a boat that had like a glass bottom. So you could
Scary.
like see. That's my first memory
Whoa.
is of Mariana and her trench.
Yeah,
She's deep.
I bet.
Yeah.
She's very deep. But I'm like, I don't go swimming there. So I feel like I know enough about the creatures that are like more so on the shallow waters of the Jersey Shore. I do not know what's in the lake.
Stop exploring the ocean. We already found everything we need. All the good stuff. Crabs, fried shrimp.
You don't pluck fried shrimp fresh from the ocean.
10,000.
And you don't even like shrimp.
10,000 unidentified jellyfish. Go to hell. We get it. Water's wet. That's not my joke, by the way. I'm just repeating something I'm remembering. I am more scared of the ocean because if I go to like Lake Michigan or Lake Superior, it's big, but there's nothing in it that's gonna hurt me. You could jump out in the middle and swim back to shore.
Well, those are like the lakes you go in are like more clear, right?
No,
I'm
the
thinking
lake I
of-
grew up on is
Murky.
like dirty. It's more dark. It's more opaque than mud.
And do you know where the bottom is? That's
No.
what's scary.
No, I mean,
I could be in the Mariana Trench for all I know when I'm in a lake.
oh my God, no, it's very shallow in a way where like I touched.
Oh no, I really am speaking off of one lake experience. I just never knew where the bottom was.
In terms of deep.
In terms of where are you?
Hello.
Yeah.
The thing is, it doesn't matter because you float. So who cares how deep it is?
I care what's under me. Who's under me?
What is under me?
What is under me?
Well, they found bodies in the lake I grew up in.
That's I just feel like, yeah, when you're in the ocean, the bodies wash to shore. In the lake, they could stay there forever.
No, it would float no matter what, but they tied bricks to their ankles and wrists.
The lake, I think I'm really just unfamiliar with lakes, but what I'm picturing from my memory is kind of just like there's no shallow end.
Of a lake?
Yeah, there's a dock. I guess you would never go in the shallow end because it's just like reeds, and then the dock takes you out, and then the second you're like, when you jump in from the dock, there's no bottom.
Are you just like making up one version of a lake?
I think I've really only been in one lake, and there's no. It was bottomless mimosas.
You just like literally typed in like clip art lake, and it's like there's reeds.
Yeah.
I'm like, we never had reeds. I don't know what a reed is.
The lake. If I close my eyes and think of the lake at camp, it's the dock, and then like next to the dock is like reeds and like murky shallow ends that like no one would ever touch. And by the time you're into the place where you would jump off the dock, there's no bottom.
Can we click on that bottom left photo?
Is that you?
I just don't know if that's me or not.
And you know what? I still don't know.
Oh my God, I'm not sure.
And you know what? That's 2025.
Oh,
Still.
that could be me. We got the same body.
Still.
Oh, bless his heart.
Bless him.
Oh, isn't that weird? It was in Arkansas. I was in Arkansas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I spent a fair amount of time in Arkansas.
I would love to go one day. I want to go to lakes. Really,
Yeah.
truly.
I think the only lakes I really need to go back to are the Greats.
Homes.
The Great Lakes.
Homes.
What?
Isn't that the acronym?
Huron, Ontario, Memorial Day. What's the middle one at the M?
Is it whole?
Michigan.
Oh yeah, home. Yeah.
Erie, Superior. Yeah, nice job.
Thank you.
I didn't know that.
I did.
Like kiss your brain. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Wow, Holmes.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 things.
Yeah.
1, check out my tattoo, being like almost gone.
Where is it? I don't even see
It's
it.
being almost gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. And this one's taking a little bit longer, but almost gone as well.
Wow, you're like Pete Davidson.
Yeah. core.
Core.
Pete Davidson's core. Second thing, you met my cats yesterday.
Yeah, I did. I'll tell you what, I have some beef.
It's stop, but I know. It's so sad.
Who do I have beef with?
Rob.
Okay. Rob
But
is
he's such a good guy.
I mean, like if I knew him by himself, guys, Rob is such a fucking punk.
No, but
Like,
he's a good guy.
no, like he obviously comes in and says hi. I'm like, hi, cutie, whatever, cutie.
And he cuddled with you.
Yeah, John is like just kind of watching from a distance, and I'm like, I can tell he's trouble. Like he's just watching, waiting
John
on
is
his second.
trouble?
That's in my head when I just got there. So John's over in the corner. It's so unfortunate how close their names are and how identical they are because it's hard to remember.
They look nothing alike. Do you feel like they look alike?
No, John has long hair.
Rob
has short hair.
Yeah.
A buzz.
Rob is, yeah.
But like Rob came into every room with us, you know, and then like I went to hang out with John, and Rob's like looking from the corner, and then we go to eat our Chipotle, and there and I guess Rob had gotten a little fired up, and just went straight up and ripped a chunk out of John's hair.
It's sad.
And Brooke is yelling at them like little young men. And they were fired up, but poor Rob is just like minding his own complete
poor John
business.
is minding his complete
John is
business.
completely, and I was just like, oh, Rob, you piece of dick. Like,
no, he's a good guy, but he's a territorial cat, and I do not know what to do. And poor John
terror.
won't come out from his tree and when he does, it's hair chunk.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you got to see it because it's like,
I understand now.
What does one do?
I know what one does, but I'm not going to say it on the camera.
I'm not rehoming Rob.
I was not thinking that. Like,
Oh,
you're projecting.
it's so sad.
Oh,
But they say to give it 3 months.
Yeah. Just give it the whole summer. Do you mind?
I mean, what choice do I have?
None. Now. You're in too deep. You're in far too deep.
Yeah, the poor guys. And I was been singing Iris to John a lot.
Just so that
he knows he's my Iris.
Yeah.
I'd give up forever for him.
Oh.
All well?
What?
All is well?
Yeah.
With you?
I was trying to think of something I was going to tell you. Well, we had everyone submit things.
Yeah, I think so.
We had people submit a couple things. I had people submit, and we always do this double-edged sword. We do one easy, one a little tougher, one that's one's a little bit of a thinker. Once again, like, you guys are so consistently on the same page with each other.
That's true.
I want to encourage everyone to go, when you think you have something to submit, go a little bit deeper for me. I said, what is something you believed as a child that like you learned is completely false? Everyone said you can't drive with the car lights on. We got that about 1,400.
But that is so true.
Yeah.
It is so interesting how many experiences you learn are universal as you age.
Yeah.
I saw this TikTok that was like, does anyone else always have my date with the president's daughter stuck in their head? Yeah.
If anyone says it, it's because the song title is the same as like the exact chorus. My date with the president's
But it's just
daughter.
like randomly, like once a year, like my brain will just go, my date with the president's daughter. And that will happen to others too.
That's
Who
like
knew?
Cousin Logan for my whole entire life. Out of nowhere. In the other room. I'm like a bird. Doesn't know any of the other words.
Yeah.
It's a tick.
I just didn't know people did it with my president's daughter. My date with even.
Yeah. My date with the president's daughter. Why you're toe black.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Prompts.
Okay, so I gave that prompt. I just absolutely did waterfall mode out of my mouth and caught in a light in a beautiful way. It's crazy that spit and spitting while you're talking has become like disgusting. I think it's always been disgusting. COVID made it especially disgusting. But sometimes when it catches the light in a certain je ne sais quoi, I'm like, wow, life is like short and beautiful.
Jonathan Groff has made it beautiful again.
Yeah, but sometimes it catches the light and I'm like, I almost see a rainbow.
I have this, instead of my mouth-watering mints, I now have mouth-watering spray.
Good.
That really works and gets you like wet if you need some.
It's good to know.
Anywho, I also asked people what pisses them off, and I got some good responses.
Wait, when did you do that?
Literally when you did yours, but hours before.
Oh, yeah. But not pisses them off. Petty things that
piss them off.
Oh, Jesus
I said,
Christ.
what are some petty things that piss you off?
Okay. Do you want to start or should I?
I have some. See, this always happens when I'm like, wow, this is good, this is good, this is good. And then I read them and I'm like,
Okay, I have some if you want me to start.
No, I can start. Allow me.
Okay, hit it.
When people blow their nose around me, go to the bathroom, thanks.
What do you think? Because I know that you're going to agree with the blower on this sense.
I hate that, like, you have such a view of me that is correct.
I know you.
Yeah, you can blow your nose in public. Like,
No,
it's very natural.
I disagree. No, I disagree.
Do you agree with me? Or
I agree with you.
Yeah.
You can blow your nose. Now, if it's like a clinical situation,
like that type of
like
when you
like
know
you have it's like
when you know
oh like there's an underlying issue happening, or there's a part of your brain that just came out of your nose. Like, go to the bathroom, and you know that's not like
when you know.
It's not like you have a sniffle and you do that. And it's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that was coming down the pipeline. You do,
yeah.
And so that, yes, my pet peeve with blowing your nose, and this I ended a new friendship, so it's like not a huge deal, but I ended a friendship because this happened. I don't know if I told you this. We're at a restaurant. Someone is sitting there at my table, and they pick up the cloth napkin.
I think you did say,
and they blow their load into this cloth napkin.
Was it like a brain load?
Yes, it was like people turning their heads at other tables, and it's at a restaurant I really like. One, I know all of the staff. Two. And then you put it on their on the table, and then someone has to grab that with their hand, and then they wash it. If it's a paper napkin, if you're at a restaurant, go to the bathroom to blow your nose.
Yeah, for the most part.
Two, don't blow your nose into a cloth napkin. You absolute barbarian.
I never understood handkerchiefs for that reason. Like, you want to put your boogery cloth back into your breast pocket?
I'll tell you who does that. Anytime you borrow a jacket or a sweater from my Mimi, and you put your arms through the sleeve holes,
fine for me
you are going to hit a tissue or two on your way out of the hole.
Well, like tissues are fine. I don't understand
she just reusable
snotty cloths.
I think that
handkerchiefs. I do not think that they should be a thing.
I think that was
just use a tissue.
I think that was a little bit theatrical though too, when they would go, you know, when a young woman was crying.
Why
and
do you want to keep using the same boogery cloth?
But I think that it was more like, I have a drizzle. I have a small leak.
Anytime I've seen someone use a handkerchief, it's a full blow.
When have you seen someone use a handkerchief?
I don't know, but I know I have.
I think
in movies,
in like
least.
an old timey. I'm picturing like Ed Westwick handing someone a handkerchief.
Wait, so in summary, you can blow your nose in public, and that's fine, but just be self-aware about where you are and what kind of stuffed nose you have. Here's what I will say really quickly that always pissed me the hell off when I was little and picking my nose for the purpose of like, there is one booger there, and my mom would be like, use a tissue, and it's like, that's only going to impede what I need to do.
Yeah,
it's only a barrier to getting this out.
That's definitely a speed bump.
Do you agree with that?
100%. Okay. Now, should we be picking our noses in public?
I didn't say I was picking my nose in public.
I did. I kind of like, that's part of like letting go and letting God, where it's like, it's my life, you know?
Yeah.
If I want to pick my nose, I'm not in the market for friends. I'm not trying to get married right now. I'm going to pick my nose in public. Now, I'm not saying.
When do you think you'll get married?
Probably my 30s, which is weird.
Yeah.
Let's move on now. I got one. I found out last year that actors aren't actually having sex in movies. I'm 23.
I mean, that's pretty late to figure that out.
That's late to figure it out. I will say, I thought having sex was making out in movies until I was like probably too late to know that, which is weird. That's just the sex education failing us in Texas in public schools. But
I think I was really confused about what sex was until.
Well, considering everyone was giving each other hand jobs, everyone was not giving each other hand jobs, and considering my friends, like everyone, like at parties,
yeah,
You know, that I told that story about
Yeah.
my crush sitting next to me
Yeah.
on the couch and actively giving the guy next to her a hand job.
I don't think that I ever experienced that in public.
And I still thought making out was sex. Like, what did I think the hand job was? I don't know. And then the one next to this, which is I think is great. My uncle, my uncle convinced me men give birth to dogs, which I love. That's actually, there was 2 of those.
That's good.
That's in the same vein as like, I always thought dogs were boys and cats were girls.
Yeah. Like women give birth to humans and men give birth to dogs.
The dogs, yeah.
I get it.
I'm like subscribed to that still.
I don't hate it.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen, y'all.
You would give birth to a dog if you could.
I mean, I want that. Yeah, I gave birth to Max.
Yeah, out of your butt.
Okay. Are you up?
Yeah, glasses at formal events.
Sunglasses?
It just says glasses.
Oh, well, okay. Now, I'm for glasses at formal events.
I am too.
I've always been, and I'm talking sunglasses or, like, I wore these to black tie wedding. I wore a similar pair to the Grammys.
Oh, I'm talking more so like eyeglasses.
Okay, now we'll get into eyeglasses.
Yeah.
I think if you
Sunglasses, I honestly would be less enthused by, I think.
right, but unless you're styling them.
Sure. But even so, maybe then for me.
Yeah, I mean, not if it's pitch black and I'm not wearing them at the reception at the wedding. Unless it's outside, then that's their fault. Seeing eyeglasses, I think I'm pro. You got to see. Now, if you got a fugly pair of frames, that's on you. Put in contacts. If they complement your fit and they elevate it.
Like my personal preference, I don't think I've ever seen, I'm just talking about men, I guess, right now. I've never preferred a man without glasses to a man with glasses. Like if there's any chance for a man to wear glasses, I would say yes.
Okay.
Put those on your face.
What about if they're transition lenses?
I'm not speaking of transition lenses. Just classic
man with
seeing
glasses.
eyeglasses, I will always prefer someone in them over not wearing them.
What about like weird frames that are like Dwight Schrute?
I mean, they're ugly glasses. Like I'd probably say just get a new pair of glasses.
You're just seeing a guy at a formal event, though. You wouldn't walk up to him and be like, you should get new glasses.
Well, if he's wearing ugly glasses, like that's just like preference.
Oh.
You know? I honestly think I might like a guy better ugly glasses than no glasses at all.
Really?
Yeah. That's a good question.
All right, but we are just talking pro or against?
I'm pro.
Okay.
Yeah. But now
I'm pro
maybe
too.
I'm being sexist. Because now I'm like, I feel like, I don't know if I've ever seen a woman. Ali Wong always does glasses at formal events and she always looks
Ali
great.
Wong, Sarah Silverman.
I've never seen Sarah Silverman in glasses.
She will fuck up a pair of glasses, seeing eyeglasses.
She will?
Yeah. Can we type in Sarah Silverman glasses? Yeah. There she is.
You know, people say I look like her.
100% you do. In some pictures, not that one.
I feel like she looks like she could be my aunt
She does.
or sister.
She do. Okay, my turn.
Yeah. In summary, pro,
Pro.
but I'm a little sexist maybe.
Let's see. That the world used to be black and white.
Does anyone? Oh,
I used to think that. I used to think
ooh,
that
that's
when TV
good.
turned to
yeah,
color.
that's good.
Because everything that they would show us in the past, like all the photos and stuff of like World War II, they would all be black and white.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
so
like,
true.
oh, whoa, like we all used to see like dogs and they made new eyes.
Yeah. I guess I must have thought that too, but I think I probably realized that wasn't the case at an appropriate age.
I don't know when I realized, but it was like, whoa, that never changed. It was kind of like the Bernstein Bears effect for me.
Like a Mandela effect?
Mandela, not Bernstein Bears.
I don't think that's what a Mandela effect is.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, the world is black and white. And then one day I was like, wait, it's not at all.
I think that's just learning something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
But I do
because it wasn't a memory. It's not a memory.
The butterfly effect is also confusing.
The butterfly effect is that one small thing can lead to, like, I always think this is like it's almost OCD. It might trigger someone's OCD because like I would always think like, oh, I need to save this ant from my house and put it outside because this ant might feed a spider that feeds a bird.
Yeah.
That like drops a flower seed somewhere and that flower grows and like someone picks it and gives it to their and proposes to their spouse and then they get married and they have the next president who stops a war or some shit. I don't know.
No,
but like I would think that it would
agree.
happen because I saved the ant, and if I didn't save the ant, then like the world explodes.
That is the butterfly effect to me. But everyone on TikTok is like, can you believe that like butterfly effect, if I wasn't born, I wouldn't have this cat? And I think that's just like not the butterfly effect.
People are able to
I think that's just like an event.
People are able to take any trend and be like, isn't it weird that like if I didn't have that bean and cheese burrito earlier, I wouldn't have had a fart that made my eyes water just now. Like,
right.
That's just
I think that's
like
just a series of events,
right?
Rather than the butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect has to leave your person. I think it has to be like something a chain reaction.
Yeah. Chain reaction.
Chain.
I was debating between chain and the Disney Channel.
Oh,
Chain,
sorry.
yeah.
I didn't know.
You're good. I'm glad you brought
Oh, that's the one thing can change the world. Like one
chain reaction.
Disney Channel.
Light and sound.
I feel like we don't talk about how Disney Channel had like all of these charitable commercials about like Joe Jonas saving the world's natural resources. Do you remember that? It's like one thing you do today.
Pass the plate?
Not pass the plate. That was about uniting the nation. That pass the plate has been more widely effective in bringing people together than the United Nations. There, I said it. I love zucchini.
I completely agree.
And when it's raining over here, it's sunny over here.
Yeah.
We all
are looking at the same moon.
We're all one people. Pass the plate.
Yeah.
Wow. We might have
It's the same plate.
We might have to bring
same plate, different foods.
Same day. No, same shit, different day.
Same sun, different time zone.
You can say that again.
I'll drink. I'll drink to that.
Cheers. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Skims. You know, straight up, like I don't wear underwear a ton. I feel constricted. I sweat. I feel gross. I just don't like the additional layer of security when I'm using the bathroom. There's already the zipper, you know, and then it's done, and it's just like one thing leads to another and another. You give a mouse a cookie. My Skims underwear is the only exception. I wear Skims flying all the time. They're like wearing air. They are supportive, but they are breathable. They're soft as butter. Butter I wouldn't describe as soft, but like that's what people say. They are just so light. When you touch them, you're like, oh, I get it. When I found Skims, well, I thought Skims was like for the girls. Mm-hmm. No, it is, but it's also for the boys. When I found out Skims was making underwear for men, I have to admit I was pretty excited. Brooke had been wearing Skims for a while now. I was always raving about them. And then I got to get my hands in the mix a little bit. My hands in the Skims cookie jar. They hit right at the thigh. They stay there. They don't move around. They don't bag out. I'm wearing. I pretty much exclusively bring my Skims on the road. My Skims briefs. I'm a Skims briefs guy. What can I say?
Nothing other than that.
Yeah.
Shop Skims Men's at skims.com. Let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. So gross.
I love it, man.
Who?
Ooh.
Okay, I have one.
All right.
What?
Nothing. I got a really horrible email.
People waiting for my parking spot. What?
Back up. Don't put any pressure on me while I'm backing up. Now, wait. Now, people waiting for my parking spot?
Me waiting for someone else's parking spot?
Get out!
Very good.
Get off your phone, bitch! I'm trying to park here.
That is totally one of those things. It's like, you can't do it, but obviously I can.
Sorry if anyone's listening in headphones. I will talk at a more mellow pace. People waiting for me while I'm getting out of my parking spot. Now, me walking to my car and saying, you can come take my spot while they're waiting. All in my head while I'm getting in my car. Take mine. I'm getting in right now. I'll back up. In my head, it's, I can see a halo. Halo. I can see a halo.
How about someone trailing you while you're walking to your car without you saying, hey man, follow me?
On their windshield.
That's bad. But yeah, it really just depends on the person. Honestly, you can really tell someone's heart based off of the way that they navigate trying to take your parking spot. It matters about the distance that they keep, the hand gestures they make. It's all in the person.
It is.
Yeah. I've had some really great experiences with people waiting for my spot where I feel like I've made a lifelong friend. And I've had some really terrible experiences with someone waiting for my spot where I've wanted to back into them.
I've had a couple things where like, this is like really something to look inward for. But recently I've been holding the door for people. I mean, I've always held the door for people, but they'll just walk in and I'll go, you're welcome. And it's really not a huge deal. It's not a life-changing thing, but I want that to sit with them. Be like, okay, manners, please. I beg of you.
No, when someone doesn't say thank you to me, even though like obviously like I'm not doing it for the thank you.
I am.
I'm not doing it for the thank you, but when they don't say thank you, I'm like, you are rotten to the core.
Rotten to the core.
I think that your apple is rotten right to the core. You shouldn't be allowed to vote.
To the airport, to the airport, to the airport. I also think that when I let someone, that's like another lyric of that song. As someone who went to one of the concerts.
Are you talking about the part that goes, the apple?
It's the airport.
No.
To the airport, yeah.
It's to the airport?
Yeah.
Why is she going to the airport?
She just wants to drive to the airport.
I thought it was
to the airport. To the airport.
The apple.
The way it says airport about 400 times.
Why does she want to go to the airport?
She just wants to leave.
Because the apple was rotten right to the core?
There was a worm in it.
Whoa. I did not know that she was heading to the airport. I simply thought she was singing about the apple.
The apple the whole time. There's an apple.
Did I tell you when I went to Charlie, when she was saying this, the apple, it sounded so much like she said Brooke Averick repeatedly.
There's a little bit of a mind game that's played where you can almost hear what you want.
And me and Kat looked at each other like, did she just say Brooke Averick? And she kept saying, I can't explain what was happening.
Oh, it was the butterfly effect.
It was totally Mandela.
Because if you wouldn't have gone to the concert, you wouldn't have heard your name through her lips.
Yeah. But I really felt like she was saying that. I also think Brooke sounds like everything else.
That was like at my last show. The waiters kept coming around the corner and they kept going, corner. And I go, what?
Yeah,
it sounded like they were yelling my name. What? What were we talking about before?
Parking spots.
Yeah, but like I was about to say, how did we get to... Oh.
Because they're rotten right to the core.
When I let someone merge and I'm like, come on in. I'm like in a good mood. I'm not in a rush. Come on in. Oh, I miss driving. Come on in. And they like just come on in and they don't even go throw me one of these. Rear end, push you to the side.
Yeah.
Wave at me, bitch. Wave at me.
Yeah.
Give me a nod. I'll take a nod, honestly. Like it's not like what like, it's hard to throw a little bit. Like a little bit of common courtesy my way.
I agree.
I have a pure heart.
I agree. I've never not waved to someone in thanks. And then when they don't wave back to me in thanks, like,
whoa.
My God. Me
you in hell.
Heading to the airport.
Ew. Speaking of apples in the airport, I got an apple at the airport the other day and it was wrapped in saran wrap, as they do. They wrap all of the fruits, like even fruits. I get apple, you got to wrap in something because I'm going to eat the skin. But like they'll wrap bananas and like oranges in saran wrap. And I'm just like, you guys are such freaks. But
I love putting saran wrap on my body. Well, sorry, that like for medical procedures. Sorry. It's like, I love, when the tattoo person puts saran wrap on my tattoo after it's covered in Aquaphor. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was talking to a young man last night from Switzerland, and I said, "You have the softest hands." And he said, "Thank you. I used to be in the Swiss Army."
Oh.
And I said, "Explain how that's, did they moisturize you every day?" And he goes, "No, it was so cold outside that my hands had just gone they just busted to bits. And one day I said, I need to fix this. And my Swiss aunt told me, get some gloves, some cheap gloves, fill them up with moisturizer and sleep in them."
Yeah.
And I kid you not, I was like, I'm taken aback by your palms.
I want to do that with my face, like ski mask.
Okay. One more piece of advice to the people, and everyone's going to be like, you're going to get cancer from doing this. I might. I had like a really early morning shoot in Jersey. I think I told you about it. And the New Yorkers just don't go to sleep ever. And it was like 2 a.m. and I had people over my house and I was like, you guys have to go because I have to be up at 6:30. Like I'm only going to get 4.5 hours of sleep now. And I had gone earlier knowing that it was going to be a later night because we had a concert or something. And then I knew it was just going to be late. And I got a CVS face mask and I put it in my fridge. And I go, this is supposed to be a 20-minute procedure. But I go, I can't waste 20 minutes waiting up to throw this away. I'm going to sleep in it.
Yeah, of course.
So I put the mask on. I wedge my face in between 2 of my pillows, or my head in between 2 of my pillows. And I conk. I woke up. I have eye bags when I have had the perfect night's sleep, had a bottle of water, so much water the day before, vegetables, protein, whatever. I'll have the healthiest day ever. I'll wake up with eye bags. 4 hours of sleep, night out with drinks. I woke up smooth as could be, zero inflammation, and just gorgeous. I was like, I could see my reflection in my reflection.
I'm thinking of you looking in the mirror and going, just gorgeous.
And I was like, no, I was taken aback because, and the mask had shrunk to the size of like, if you put spinach in a pan and it was just like, because my face had sucked that thing dry.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I was like, wow, this is, so I would say go to CVS, get the crappy little cheap eye bag under things or like the mask and then fall asleep in it and they shrivel up because your body is so thirsty.
Yeah. I love putting my under eye things in the fridge.
It's just awesome.
And my thing that like, I have a thing that I don't know how to describe the motion, but you just like.
Gua sha?
Yeah, gua sha for the under eye pieces only. So you just gua sha your under eyes. That's in the fridge too. And I love that.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe I should put it in the freezer though.
Yeah,
I should put it in the freezer.
I just saw these things on TikTok that this girl made, small business alert, small business woman owned, and it's like an ice popsicle, and it's like being sold out. All that. Have you seen those?
I have bought one.
You bought one? Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's just putting ice on your face, but
yeah,
it is, but it's in a popsicle.
Putting ice on your face is one of those. That's propaganda that I will support till my dying day. Nothing works more than that.
It's so weird. I saw one of those things where it was like, talk to this dermatologist about these like skin hacks, and everyone was like, gua sha 10 out of 10 works. An ice, like a cold gua sha.
That I don't know. That is, I thought about propaganda that I couldn't get behind, by the way, as I was falling asleep last night. Cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese is some that I was hesitant to try, and now I'm in love with.
I cannot do cottage cheese.
Because remember when I was doing that long-term deal with dairy?
When Dairy Incorporated.
Dairy,
LLC,
like
Escrow.
just dairy.
Yeah.
And one of the products was cottage cheese, and I can't stomach it. Like we're gonna have to figure out a new way, a new path. Like we can't, because it's curdled a little bit. And I go,
it's not even curdled a little bit. It's just
full blown curdled. You guys, cottage cheese tastes so good with fruit, on toast.
You're getting like full bodies.
It's so good. It's so good. And I was so hesitant, and it makes me so embarrassed that I was just like,
no, people love it.
I didn't have an open mind to the curd.
The girl that dips the stuff in mustard now dips in cottage cheese and mustard.
She's been transformed into a new woman.
But I can't.
Can I show you guys something kind of weird?
You may.
So like, this is disgusting, but let's keep in mind. Oh my God, has my stomach just been hanging over my pants the whole time? We're gonna have to throw this episode away. Okay, so I need to do laundry, but I've been on the road.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma City, it was really hot. I haven't washed these pants since pre-Oklahoma City. They were clean. I've worn them twice. This is my second time wearing them. But I want you guys to see how much I sweat during a show. This is gross. I'm just getting ahead of it. Ooh, I've gone limp. There's actual,
Wow,
there's
with
actual
salt.
saltine buildup on my pants.
Yeah, there is.
Some of these shows, they're so warm on the stage with the lights that like I'm sweating out of my shins. It's really weird.
Wow.
And then we do like when people come up, we do like meet and greets, whatever. I have to tell people like I'm really sorry about how like soaked I am.
I'm sure they're really understanding.
Some are, and some are like, oh wow, like you're being serious. Like, and I was like, yeah, the show's over. I'm not joking around anymore. I'm really wet.
I've never seen any bad words about you being wet.
Don't tell me if you have, or if you've seen any
I'm
other
like
bad
not
words
even being
about me.
dramatic because I love him so much. I really think Jonathan Groff has changed the game.
Oh, I
about
thought you were
how
gonna
we
say something
perceive-
nice about me. Wow.
No, no, listen, I am not. But I really think that Jonathan Groff has changed the way for how we see wet men.
He's paved a way.
Paved a way for wet. It's okay to be a wet man.
Jonathan Groff soaked so I could wet.
Literally, being a wet man is fine now.
Being a soaked man is fine.
Like being a drenching, soaking wet man.
Listen, at this point,
it's not only fine, it's sexy.
It's almost embarrassing to be not only dry, but even damp. Like, get wet, you guys.
If you're not soaked, you're not working hard enough.
It's a wet man summer.
Yeah. Wet man summer.
I'm on board. I'm soaked right now.
Awesome.
I'm throwing away this shirt after this episode.
Awesome.
Woo. Okay, let me do one.
The airport. I can't get over that.
I thought Santa Claus and God were brothers. Me too.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
All of these entities that like are real and you can't see, it's like, oh, they must know each other.
I very much remember finding out that Santa wasn't real and kind of going through this with my dad and being like, oh my God, so like the Easter Bunny's not real. And he was like, yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh my God, so God's not real. And then he was like, huh, like didn't know.
I wish that there was
answer.
I wish I had memories like that in between Mariana's Trench and like my 15th birthday.
Yeah.
Because I don't. Like I dropped off after 2 I'm saying times. I said 2 p.m. and 2 a.m. 2 years old. And then 15.
And I stopped retaining at like 12, 13. And then through college, I don't really remember much.
And I have stories that have been told to me that I'm like, oh no, I remember that. I don't think I do.
That's fine.
It's just something that people have told me. You know what's scary is that my mom will remember things. I've said this before, remember things the way that she wants to remember them, like in her reality, and it becomes fact to her,
Yeah.
the truth.
That's the same with everyone.
I've told other people's stories so much that I've adopted them as my own. And I said one in front of my high school friends, and they were like, that didn't happen to you. That happened to me on my family trip in Bermuda. And I go, oh my God, what is real?
I know. No, nothing is real.
It just goes to show you can create your own reality.
There have been a few things that I've created.
Like what?
It's like things that like I was not like proud or happy of that I've just completely reinvented, and now I don't even remember what the truth was.
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know
Which
that
like good riddance to the truth.
You know that I was interning at Vans when Damn Daniel got famous?
What is the connection?
What do you mean?
Was he wearing Vans?
Damn Daniel in the white Vans, right?
Oh, I didn't know that there was more to the sentence.
Yeah, Vans gave him like a lifetime supply of Vans and like a giant
wow.
check. I want to get a giant check.
I do too.
Like that would be epic sauce.
We could do like a race for the cure for Doms and do
Wait, Brooke, I'm
check.
super down to do like
something with a giant check.
like midsummer race for the cure project.
Okay, let's do Doms awareness
And Eller's down low.
I don't think that's what it's called, is it?
Eller's down.
We need to really. I think we really need to look into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an appointment. Of course. I said like a week ago. I'm gonna ask my assistant to talk to the therapist, and everyone's like, that's all HIPAA stuff, and like someone else can't do that for you.
Right. That's a good point.
Call and say you're me.
And cat HIV.
So we'll do a combo. Can we type in Eller's down low? I can't remember what his name is.
Download.
Ehlers-Danlos. Okay.
Yeah.
Ehlers-Danlos.
EDS. We can call it EDS.
Okay, so we want to do overly flexible joints I do not have. What's the symptoms again?
You know that though?
I'm not flexible. Skin hyperflexibility, tissue fragility, including blood vessels and organs, potentially leading to complications like organ ruptures or okay. I don't have that.
We don't know.
Okay.
But I think it's like, how do you get diagnosed?
Diagnosis typically involves a thorough medical history, physical exam, and genetic testing in some cases. Management focuses on symptom relief and preventing complications, which may involve physical therapy, pain management, and in some cases, surgical intervention.
Maybe it's a spectrum and you just are lower on the spectrum.
Could be.
But it's come up so many times that it's like, it might be worth getting checked.
I'm going to get checked.
Yeah.
When I have some time after, I think, the Hawaii show, when I'm back in my city, I'll go to the doctor. I don't have a doctor yet. I've been going to urgent care every time I've gotten sick.
Yeah, get a doctor.
I'm going to get a doctor.
Your assistant can't do that. I think your assistant can do
I think
that.
at least find options.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, left boob. Tell me what I was about to say.
That's reminding me of the magic conch.
That was one of the best episodes ever. Magic conch. Can I eat this sandwich? No.
Okay.
Magic
Thank you
conch.
for letting me
Can
know.
I eat this sandwich? Yes. Squidward absolutely full blown passing away.
I wish there was a real life magic conch.
There probably
Ooh, magic
is.
conch earrings would be very pretty.
Oh, my stupid freaking stomach.
Okay, should I read one?
Yeah.
The apple.
The airport.
The airport.
Oh my God.
Ooh, this is interesting. Do you want to go?
Can I say something just in terms of Apple / airport? This is not even the one in the screenshot that I cared for, but also that the word apple was a swear word. Wouldn't say apple for 3 years. There was one night at a football game. My parents would get this wine. I don't know if they got it as a joke or what at some point, but they had this red wine the brand was called Fat Bastard. And that was also in Austin Powers. There was a guy he's an Irish sumo wrestler named Fat Bastard. And I didn't know bastard was a cuss word. And one of my friends had gone into the women's restroom. You know, at that age where you hang out below the bleachers at the football
Very
games.
much so, yeah.
And you just hang out and you never actually watch a football game. It's probably junior high or something. I'm sitting with them and she runs into the restroom and I go, "Fat bastard." And I thought it was like a funny, I thought it meant like hippo, you know, like I thought it was like funny. I didn't know.
Why were you calling her hippo anyway?
It just slipped out. I don't know. I don't even remember.
Fat bastard just slipped out.
I don't even know who I was talking about. No, I didn't. I mean, whatever.
I just meant to call her a hippo.
Okay, I wasn't calling her fat. Okay, whatever. So I yell that in after her, and a mom comes out. Now I'm in this group and goes, "Which one of you yelled that curse word into the bathroom?" And I genuinely didn't know I did. So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, one of you did. And I was like, maybe it was like my friend's older brother, genuinely, because I was like, I think it was maybe him. And later on in the night, someone had told me like, bastard is a cuss word. I got so physically sick that I called my mom at halftime to come pick me up, and I went home.
That's so sad.
Like the color left my, I remember like that stuck in my brain. Color left my face. I was like, oh my God, it was me all along.
All along, I'm the killer.
I'm the killer.
Wow. Damn, I'm sorry that happened.
No,
to that
it was like
bastard.
that really truly like took me back.
Bastard though, like didn't used to be a bad word. It was like reclaimed negatively.
Bastard is,
and I think now it's being reclaimed positively again, but I'm not sure.
bastard is a child had a,
yeah,
out
you
of
just be like,
wedlock.
oh, he's a bastard.
Yeah.
As in child out of wedlock.
Yeah, but like that's.
But I guess that's how all curse words start, is like just like a word.
I don't like bastard. Like that's not your fault. You're a bastard. Like talk
Right.
Talk
But
to
I
my
guess
mama.
it's the same as like your mom is so like whatever. Like the All American Rejects Dirty Little Secret video. Like my mom is so fat.
My mom's a whale.
A whale. Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess. Do you want to do one more and then we wrap?
Yeah, sure.
Hit us.
This was just something that I also saw being spoken about on TikTok and then got it as a response. A man in a yoga class. Workout classes are women's spaces.
This is a hot take. What is this again?
Like a
Petty things that piss me off.
Yeah. I
No.
really see both sides, genuinely.
Okay, it again depends on the character of the man in the class.
Yeah.
No, that's like not the case at all. Like it's a co-ed
I think it
space.
depends on the class.
Yeah, but if you want to take a women's only class, you have to sign up for a women's only class. Like that young man can also do hot yoga.
Yeah, he can.
It's his God-given right. Now, yesterday,
Yeah, you saying that, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, he can. But then the TikTok I saw of the woman that was like, I really believed her as well.
well, they're like,
I'm so easily
there
swayed.
should be women only spaces where everyone feels comfortable. Like that, there's not going to be enough men for a men only class for hot yoga. I was in the gym yesterday at the hotel, and a woman came in, and I felt so weird that I was just in there with her that I left halfway through my workout.
So weird. The world, isn't it?
I know. I didn't want to look in her direction, even though I was like trying to watch me.
Yeah.
But she was over towards the mirror, so I was just like, okay, I can't see myself. I'm just gonna go. Because half of my enjoyment at the gym is like looking at myself as I lift something.
I'm surprised you just admitted that.
I don't care. It's awesome. It's like because you're
Your
lifting
strength?
something and like that's. I'm not buff. The most buff I look is like when I have a little pump going.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I can't see my form, so I don't know if I'm doing it right. It feels like I'm doing it wrong. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like halfway. It was towards the tail end, and I needed to leave anyways. But I also was just like, I feel weird that it's just us two in here, and I keep looking that way because I'm looking at myself, and she's over there.
Well,
like,
you're not a creepy man. Like, unfortunately, like men, you need to figure out like if you're a creepy man or not.
I know she
and
probably is like, who's this teenager that keeps looking
Like,
in my.
And if you are, you need to be self-aware enough to know that you can't do hot yoga class.
The thing is, a lot of creepy men are like the guy on The Rehearsal that's a pilot that's been banned from every dating app for no reason.
Right. And the thing is, like, for no reason, he has no clue. He's going to be the one in a hot yoga class. And that's why I understand the argument.
It's unbelievable that some guy that's been banned from every dating app for no reason, no fault of his own, is flying a plane.
It's insane.
Because that feels like someone that would make a rash decision.
I would like to like speak to your dad. Like, I want your dad to watch this, and I want to
know.
speak to him about like pilots, because it's like there hasn't been a normal one.
When I see him next, I'll sit down and rewatch those episodes, even though I really don't think he's gonna like the show.
Oh, I don't think so either.
It's an uncomfortable show, especially if you don't know NF.
Yeah, totally. If you don't know NF and this is your first if season 2 episode 3 is your first exposure to NF, I can't even like begin to fathom.
We're not gonna go that far. That being said, he really liked Always Sunny, and the episode of Always Sunny
Are they similar?
that he liked. I mean, the episodes that he's watched are so decrepit and depraved of Always Sunny that I'm just like, there are episodes that would show you, and there's episodes that I wouldn't show you, and the episodes that he likes, I'm like, those are ones I skip because I'm disturbed by them a little bit.
Interesting.
And he's like, oh, it's so funny because he knows Danny DeVito from like the TV that he watches.
Yeah.
So like he sees Danny DeVito in the Always Sunny role, and he's like, this is it's like seeing. Who's a really serious? It'd be like seeing Austin Butler in like a hilarious. I know that's a bad example. Who's a really serious actor? Like Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know. Fuck. Let's end the episode.
I also can't.
Thank you,
Timmy?
you guys. Huh?
Timmy?
No, I genuinely need a Danny DeVito, and I can't think of a parallel.
Because he's really so one of
I
a
can't
kind.
hold a mirror up to Danny DeVito. He's like so unique. Okay. Thank you guys so much. This was way better than last week.
We'll see you at our race for the cure.
Oh yeah, wait.
Doms.
We need to sift through that. If you have any connections to Races for Cures, or
giant checks,
or giant checks, or
you know
Doms,
the giant check's gonna cost us like $250.
Yeah, because I watched The Office.
Me too.
Doms connections, feline AIDS connections, EDS connections. Let us hear you roar, and start stretching because we have a cure to find. I don't think any of the things that we talked about are deadly at all, and I think that maybe the cure for DOMs is just like rest and water, and the cure for ED.
I think while they might not be deadly, they are chronically under-researched.
Because we don't know if I even have it, and everyone's gonna be like, the research you need is to go to the doctor.
I hadn't even heard of it until you, so clearly it needs more awareness.
We need to bring a platform.
We're doing awareness.
We're raising awareness for it.
Yeah. Well said.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the bonus. Come over to the bonus. We'll see you in the bonus. Come over in the bonus. Tell a friend. See ya.
This week on Close Friends.
Let's take a shot of that tequila.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm like so thirsty. I've always wondered what it would be like to take Viagra as a woman.
That shit'll make your pussy throb.
I was so curious.
I think that historically, Spanish people don't have like huge feet. this beat just dropped so hard. I'm gonna need to fuck right now. Yeah, I'm gonna bust on the beat.
Sign up on tmgstudios.tv to watch the full bonus episode.